New sub on YouTube. Thanks to everyone who has followed in the last couple of days. We've got a few new people on Twitch as well, which is quite cool. Not really the main place we do this. Kind of seems silly to do a games thing and not have some sort of Twitch presence, but you know, we are predominantly a YouTube channel. But it's great to see people are tuning in over there too. And I'm back to using the janky green screen this week just because it means I take up less of the screen, really. That's about it. Hi Tim, hi Vrood, hi Squilpy. Squilpy, if you can send me, if you want me to play Cosmic Eye today, I had it on my list, but the old link is broken. So if you do want me to play it, just send it over Discord, and I will get it in the queue for this session. So yeah, we're streaming at a different time from usual this time. Just as an experiment more than anything. There aren't many days of the week when I'm able to get on this late my time, so I thought I'd try a different time of day just to see what happens. We got Egghead here, we got Falco, we got Loya. I am different in the evening. I put a different LUT on the camera, which means I'm slightly less colourful. I'm a bit more brown. Sort of, this is the colour grading you expect a British academic person to have. Just brown. Just as much brown as possible. This isn't even brown, this is like navy blue. Just been overpowered. It's what happens when you spend too much time defining words. We got beach chummers. I've got a tower defense called Arcadia. We've got Smugpire's Atomic Lance again. Gonna download that because it's a download. Get that ready. We've got Loya. And possibly we've got Cosmic Eye, which was previously called Planet Popper. I'm going to basically start with the smaller games and work our way up to the larger games, I think. Thanks to anyone who's tuning in for the first time. It is I guess the thing that's slightly different about this channel is that the stuff you make and send in is the star of the show. I am a game designer, I have a game dev background, but when I started this channel I could see there were loads of people making cool games, could do with some visibility, bit of help while they're working on it. So I thought, hey, we'll set up a clinic, people can submit their games while they're still working on them, rather than just like Games Crit that's only ever based on finished games. And we'll build a little community around that. And then maybe someone will give me a pharmaceutical license as well. So, you know, if you're watching, if you're one of the people that's responsible for that, and you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, I like this guy, I'd like to allow him to administer drugs, then please get in contact. I'm supposed to be on ADHD meds, haven't had them for a year. The chaos of my streams, you can blame it on drug shortages in the UK. Not that chaotic. Here we go. Beach chummers, let's check it out. Mouse and keyboard works, but use controller or phone. Okay, we can do that.
Beach chummers.
Let's see what's going on here. My understanding is this is a game about birds pooing. Hang on. Controller's not connecting. Let me try that again. My controller is definitely plugged in. Not connecting though. Gonna have to try and use mouse and keyboard because the keyboard not doing nothing. The controller. Just turn the... There you go. I always err on the side of making the game too quiet initially because you can't really tell from the lines on the streaming software how loud something is. Okay. Can I... Is there a downloadable version? Can I just download it? I don't think I have Firefox installed. You're gonna make me have to go on Edge. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go on Microsoft's... The first person to ever use Microsoft's web browser. Live on stream. Momentous occasion. Have you ever seen anyone use Microsoft Edge on a stream? I bet you haven't. Controller works now. Which means... Maybe that means that Microsoft Edge is better than Chrome. That's about as loud as I can get it to go now. Whoa. The beach is really crowded today. I won't let these dumb tourists ruin my daily routine. Time to find a prime beach spot and enjoy my lunch. This art looks great. We've got representation of all the ethnicities as well. We've got white people, brown people, blonde people, children. This guy's got some Kennedy. Oh, okay. I just walked off of the beach. I've got to find the best spot. Okay. I think this is a pretty good spot. That's what happens when I hold down A. Oh, there it is. It's the bit that says beach spot in the big moving text. This is freaking awful. I don't know what voice I'm doing today. Where did all these tourists come from? Well, at least I still have this mysterious sandwich I found in the dumpster last week. Wow, the aged mayonnaise really kicks it up a notch. Is beef normally green? This is great dialogue for a game where you're reading and not seeing the thing, right? Because describing something disgusting without showing it is funny because it puts it in the mind of the person reading it, and then they're like, ah, go away imagination, don't make me think of this thing. It's a good use of the limitations of the dialogue delivery method that the game has chosen. Weird, I've never had a cheesesteak with rice before. Wait, why is the rice wiggling? Succumb to the food poisoning. Zzz. Muffled speech. What? What's going on here?
He's awake. Trasticia, my love, he's awake.
Wait, what? Am I dreaming? Who are you? Where am I?
Go to the cave behind the old landfill. There's much to discuss.
Zzz. Okay. We're gonna go to the trash cave.
Something here smells terrible. I better explore.
My main problem with doing voices is I forget what voice I've assigned to each character.
Ah, scraw to you, scraw to you.
Who are you and why did you call me here?
I'm the loose fries in the sand, the melted cheese on foil, the peanut butter smeared on a sandwich bag, the...
Are you on drugs?
That's not important.
That's the best response to are you on drugs?
I'm here to help you with a problem that plagues all of us townies of Chumtopia, the tourists.
Now you've got me interested. What's the plan?
You know how they say not to feed the seagulls, right?
Right, they're wild animals and we don't want them dependent on us.
Let me just try something. There we go. Don't want people to miss out on the sick rhythms. There we go. That's better. You got Seagull Dionysius Man.
Right, they're wild animals and we don't want them dependent on us.
Foolish, they're just the tourists. Blinding you of the true power of the swarm.
Yikes, okay, I'll give it a shot. Anything to get rid of these tourists.
I've got an old pizza and a cooler of hot dogs over there. Grab some chum with A, then throw it with X to feed the seagulls. Try to flock at least 5 seagulls into that ring of stones.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. So we got a sort of aiming thing like you'd get in kind of a golf game or something.
Whoa, that was easy.
Seagulls are simple creatures. When they get fed, they call in more friends. When they run out of food, they get angry and unleash their true power.
Okay. So you want to let them get hangry?
Want to learn more?
Okay. Yeah, there's lots of things to learn here, but I kind of don't necessarily want to read about them all in order like that. So the so when they do their little yelp, they're calling in their buddies, and then they're attacking me because they've run out of food and I'm not feeding them anymore. Okay, that's cool. Want to play a proper level now. Weenie Pumper. Oh. Alternate X and B to pump up the big weenie. Take that, you big weenie. Serves you right. You thought you could be a medium-sized weenie on my watch? Absolutely not. 102 pumps. 102 pumps of a weenie in that amount of time. Not bad. Quite impressive, I would say. That was such an intense weenie pump. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to gather 5 in the circle. But without getting attacked by them because they're enraged. Yeah, I didn't actually complete the task. I was too eager. So I need some chum. Yeah, we definitely got some like some kind of flagging or unlocking bug going on here, but that's fine. Don't bite me. Look at this. Look at that large guy. I'm very, so I think games that are about indirect control of animals, or characters like this, are really interesting. Very difficult to pull off. I think the theme of this game does it a lot of, gives it a lot of leeway to be kind of chaotic and silly, because we're clearly setting up as a sort of comedy game. But yeah, things like Lemmings and Pikmin and stuff, where you are like indirectly controlling a set of characters. It's quite appealing to me. The fact that we've got to kind of try and avoid them at times with our own character is really interesting as well. Yeah, it's not unlocking the next level. Tim, do your Daves have any sound effects? I think you should record like 50 different ways of saying hi and make it so whenever you spawn a Dave that they go, "You're alright." Let's say hi in different ways. That'd be very funny. Yeah, I got 5 goals on the last one, and then when I left, it didn't work. It's a great run animation, look at that. Yeah, it is kind of totally Dave the Diver kind of vibes. Next level. Next level. There we go. Simple chumming. Amazing. Yeah, you should make the Daves on your Dave games say hello whenever they spawn. That'd be really funny. Just like a big set of random. You alright? How are you talking to me? How are you talking to me anyways?
Oh, that I was using telepathy, an innate power to speak to seagulls using only the power of your belly.
Wow, how can I learn that? If you'd like to get
started, click the left stick to freeze time and engage chum vision.
Okay, yeah, I already worked that out. I know the other things now. I've got shoulder buttons to do sneaky and running. And then we are We can do chum vision to look for food. And... Oh, okay. Okay, so we can, like, sneak up on people and take the food from their bags to feed the seagulls. Okay. Interesting. I'm out of chum. I'm just gonna get away from them and let them peck the tourists. Okay, I'm gonna try that one more time and then we're gonna move on. This is a really funny idea. It's a really, really good combination of things. Okay. Okay, I can't seem to open the chum from that side. Yes. Cool. Do we need to get rid of the kid as well? Is that a thing? Get rid of that kid. Oh, cheese. I don't know if I've ever showed you my photography game, but I have like an 8-bit version of I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside somewhere that I made for that. It's like 8-bit dub reggae. Like I'm gonna find it out and send it to you. We're getting shark teeth as an upgrade currency. Interesting. Yeah, the appeal here is really funny because actually it reminds me more of once you get into a proper level, it actually kind of reminds me more of playing Hitman than anything. The sneaking and the chaos of Hitman, and yeah, that's great. That's really fun. You're gonna have to kind of speed up the onboarding, try and do as much of it as you can in levels. You know, just don't teach people about chum vision until like level 4 or 5. Hide the controller, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's great. Very silly idea. Let's check out Cosmic Eye. I saw we've got like some nice sort of hero art for this now as well on the... Oh yeah, Party Hard is a good reference point. That's true, Gamma. I haven't thought of that game in ages. Any questions I need to answer in the chat? Someone said, what tier do you need to be on and how many months? So, Anon, any tier, there isn't a time limit. Usually we get through everything that's submitted. I used to do this once a month. So I do the open playtesting every Thursday, and that's for anyone, but that's just a queue, and I get round to things when I get round to them, and sometimes I just never play them if they don't look interesting. These ones that I do every other Thursday, it's just whoever in the Discord has submitted something, whoever out of the channel supporters has submitted something. Occasionally, I don't get through them all, and then whoever was left over last time, I just put them first next time, so we usually get through everything. And if we ever get to a stage where we're not getting through everything, I will just do them more frequently. Okay, so we're doing a match 3. We place these on the board. They are planets, and if I remember rightly, let's see what it says on the latest edition. There's some sort of like big chain reactions you can set off by doing more than 3 at once. So put that over there. Put it away from the thing that's going to trigger. Try and set up some chains. Some nice, satisfying sound effects. These countdown ones, I think you basically just don't know what they are until the countdown is finished. I think that's how that works. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's 4. You do have to join 4 to get any kind of reaction. And then you get these kind of strange gravity pulls if you do the larger ones. The sound choices feel pretty good. If you want it to feel really kind of specific in the style, you could maybe bit crush those pop sounds, but I think they fit quite well. Nice. Pitched up sound effect when we got 2 in a row there. What's that? That's what that does. It's one of those. This is what Thanos plays on his mobile. Baby Gamora asking Thanos if he's got any games on his phone. And it's this. Little green baby. Evening, Mr. Upgrade. How would you balance a game like this? It's hard to say, because most of these kind of games, you either have like you have Tetris, right? Tetris style games where it is basically just an endless challenge on the same board. And then you have games where there are different boards, and that's your Zoomers, your Puzzle Bobbles, your most match 3s nowadays have, you know, a variety of boards. You don't need to do that here, and I don't think it would benefit from it. And the other thing is, a game like this becomes more difficult depending on the variety of stuff that's in this queue, right? So what you could do, if you wanted it to have increasing difficulty, let's say you have like 12 types of planet, and for the first 30 planets, you only actually give the player 5 of them or something, and then the next 20 planets you give them 6, and then and you can also make it so that some of these are rarer than others, and that messes the board up a bit more. Because if you have 7 types of planets that are coming out, and you have one of them that comes out like 25% of the frequency of the other ones, then that one is going to block the board up for longer, right? So you could do stuff like that. Like as the game progresses, as the score goes up, you gradually introduce more of the planets, and some of them are introduced more slowly, and that means that you have planets that are usually easier to get rid of, which will be probably whichever ones the player starts with. So you need a way of visually identifying them and remembering which ones are the more plentiful ones. Otherwise, that mechanic won't be as legible. But you could do that if you wanted it to kind of gradually get more difficult, because you don't have like time pressure or anything else to make the game ramp up in difficulty. So if you wanted to do that, then just gradually increasing the variety of things so that you mess your board up more easily would be one thing. Gonna get a 5 there. I feel like the skill ceiling of learning how the gravity works when you activate one of those black hole things. It's going to take a long time to learn that. But that's cool. That's a good thing. What's this one do? Is that just a... Oh, okay, so that kind of, what would you call that? That shimmering orb type thing just takes on just copies whatever it's next to, kind of thing. Okay. That's going to pull in that way and that way. Right. That's going to pull in that way and that way. I feel like I'll learn the mechanic quicker if I think it out loud. Because otherwise I'm not really kind of thinking ahead to that step of what happens after the black hole pulls things in. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. The game is quite enjoyable even without considering how that works. So that means that you've got two layers. You've got like a beginner game where you just let that be a random element, and then you've got like a slightly more advanced way of playing the game where you deliberately try and think about how that pull is going to change the board state. And that's good, because it means you've got two tiers of engagement where you can kind of gradually learn to do the more advanced way of playing the game. I think that's quite a good place for a game like this to be in. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how much of a tutorial you need for something like this. It's so easy to kind of let the game teach itself. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship. Oh, that was satisfying. That was really satisfying. I think everyone should remind themselves to do that at least once a day. Just, it's whimsical. That's what it is, doing that. Can you imagine, like, hiding somewhere in a public place? Go somewhere, that's my challenge for you this week. Go somewhere public. Just sit down and observe your environment. And look around for the perfect opportunity to make the sound as if you're like adding a sound effect to something someone's doing. And just see if you can find the perfect moment to do that, so that it looks like someone else made that sound when they were like bending over, or I don't know. I can't imagine the situation for you. You have to go and seek it out. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. What's that? Slide whistle's a good one, yeah. Just like Foley trolling people. The sound is really nice. Very simple, but... they feel like very clear categories of things. Like you've got like quite a range of boink sounds for putting things down, and then like popping and exploding. It's always kind of clear what the specific sound is, even though they're very lo-fi sounds. That can be quite hard to do, I think. Yeah, the shenanigans are... the gravity-based shenanigans are good because they just give it this other layer. And they sort of work thematically. I mean, it doesn't make total sense, but hey, I'm not a science guy, so it doesn't matter. But it feels like thematically appropriate for planets in space to do stuff like that. Huh. Yeah, and we got all of the, this was my suggestion on how to make the game have a kind of longer, not just playtime, but, you know, something for people to aim for, appeal-wise. Unlockable palettes. The downwell trick. They're looking great. They look really nice. I mean, I can't see them, but yeah, you've tied them to the achievements, right?
I'm Brian Cox. I'm playing a game on my phone with sort of planets. Now, a planet wouldn't really do that, would it? Because a black hole isn't produced by planets getting lined up.
That's my best Brian Cox. It's not very good.
When I was in the band, we used to look up at the sky and think, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I could pop those planets?
So yeah, we unlock the color palettes by doing these little challenges. That's great. That's cool. Neat. Right, let's see what's next. That one is coming along really nicely. Very good example of a small scoped game that feels like it's got enough to it that I would play it multiple times, which is hard to do. Access denied, access denied, access denied, access denied. Can I download it? The Arcadia TD.
The Brian Cox just smiling all of the time, like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Arcadia TD, no work. I'll come back to it later. Let's check out Atomic Lance and then Loya. And that's it. So yeah, let's do a couple of levels of Atomic Lance, see where we are with that. So I want to try and work out where we were with this last time. Atomic Lance is a sort of Armored Core homage, I guess. I think it would be fair to call it that. And last time, I think I had a pretty good time with it. I quite liked the way that all of the weapons felt different. We had some interesting level design where it was kind of open, but you could sort of do things in different orders if you wanted to. And nice. And we had a sort of yeah, I think we had some missing sounds last time that maybe made it not feel as kind of powerful as it could do, but everyone has really taken that advice to heart. Audio defaults at 5 or for 50%.
Main system activating combat mode.
I can't move. I can't move. Okay, cool. I'll try the tower defense again in a minute. Over boost, jump, look, move, boost. I cannot move. Try that again.
Main system activating combat mode.
Yeah, I can't walk from the start spot. I can move the camera around. At least I know what my objectives are. They're over there. But yeah, I just can't get the character to move off of the starting point. Let's go back and see if the tower defense is working. Whoop. I feel like Neo in the Matrix with all of these windows open. Whee! Oh yeah, this looked interesting. Okay, so wow, okay, we've got some proper, like, proper built for web stuff going on here. Where I can zoom in and out. And, like, do a control zoom and that's nice. WAS to move the camera, shift to see the flying path. We're doing a trad tower defense, I think, but it's got this kind of cute, sort of makes me think of like a Vernum and like Heroes of Might of Magic type art. The Cyclops only attacks the ground. The gnome attacks the ground and flying. The fountain attacks the flying only. And the tree blocks enemies and spreads grass, increasing the area in which you can build. Okay, so we're doing some Zerg stuff, and we're doing some pathing control as well. Oh, fascinating. I like this already. Okay, so the orange path is the flying path. That's why it can always just go straight along. And the blue path is the floor path. This is already, like, got one of my favorite tower defense features, which is like the dynamic pathing. It basically turns it into a completely different genre of game, but I used to love desktop tower defense that did this. Okay, I need to restart though because I just built a thing with no attacks in it. Yeah, I think I need to I'm gonna reset because I can't actually do any damage. Okay, so we've got some slight randomization if we restart. These guys are gonna go here. We're gonna have like a condensed string of them there. So just gonna have a big old guy there. Yeah, blue for sky would maybe be more fitting. I mean, having slightly different icons for these. What I would do, actually, use that for the flying icon, because it looks like a bird or a spaceship. And then use like 2 footsteps for the floor. And then they can sort of be shown on top of each other. Can we click on structures? Yeah, we can click on structures to learn about them. We've got all of the kind of basic UX stuff we should have here, which is good. And then... one of those there. And then that's all I can do for this one. This is looking good. I mean, it's going to be an acquired taste, right? It's kind of janky looking, but I think it's quite charming. And I think one of the best things you can do if you're using a particular kind of retro art style is use it to do things that people who like that art style will like. I know that sounds a bit obvious, but a lot of people don't do that. I think this is quite a good match of a particular theme, which isn't just fantasy. It's a certain kind of fantasy. It's like it's a sort of 70s, 80s type fantasy. And that kind of fits quite well with this type of game, I think. I mean, tower defense is just a totally open genre. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it thematically and artistically, but... Okay, cool. Choose one to unlock. I want a leprechaun. I didn't get him. We're going to put a gnome down now. I think seeing the ranges as squares, a set of squares rather than a circle would be probably better just because it makes it more consistent, but... Ah, the leprechaun is an upgrade for the gnome. Ah, there he is. Yeah, this feels very much like the Warcraft unit control interface. You know what we need? We need some like folk metal or something. You know what? It doesn't really matter if we get demonetized on this one because these streams are not watched that much. So let's have some green lung.
I'd always been on the lookout for something a little more exciting than the humdrum of my grey day-to-day life. It seemed to me that there must be more to the world than the drudgeries of work and family. Sensual pleasure, mystery,
I feel like green lung goes very well with this art style.
a nighttime world of ritual, gaiety, wizards and sacred
8-bit folk metal. That's what this game needs. That's what we need. We need like... We need green lung 8-bit version for this game. Let's make it happen. I mean, you could probably get a MIDI file for a sea shanty and put it in like distorted instruments and you would just have folk metal for this game. I might have to do that at the end of the stream just for a laugh.
That the initiation.
Just for a laugh. We've got through quite a lot of games quite quickly. Let's make some MIDI folk metal. There's something very funny about games that are really slow with music that is too fast for the gameplay. I always used to find this funny about, like, Final Fantasy VII and stuff. It's like, I'm literally playing a turn-based, slow, thinky game, and there is kind of crazy cafe jazz happening. What's going on here? The blue... Are they moving closer? Oh yeah, that feels a bit better. Gotcha. Yeah, so I think what I would do in terms of the pathing UI is have blue wings for the flying things and orange footprints for the walking things, and then depending on whether it's a flying round or not, put like a bright border around them. So if it's just showing us the path for future reference, it's like faded. And if it's showing us the path and saying, hey, this path is going to be active next round, then do a version that has like a little yellow or white outline on it. This is feeling quite great, quite good. There's obviously some clunk. I think if you wanted this to be really appealing, you would start to look into stuff like the typography, probably not using circles to measure things when you can use a circle of highlighted squares. Like someone said, like the Z sorting of the paths and stuff. It's quite charming. I like, you know, it can be a bit silly when you try and do tower defense with characters, because it's like, why are they standing still? There's the one in, what's the UFO 51? Rock On. This one. This is great. This is a great tower defense game. Has that same kind of conceit of like the towers are little people who are standing there, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm just going to put something there and then come back to it in a minute. So let's check out Loya for half an hour or so, and then see if we can make some MIDI music for that thing. And when I say make, I literally just mean download and slightly alter. Don't give me update queued. Let's see how big this... Yeah, it's going to be ready in a minute. So, Loya, sounds like you had some good kind of playtesting data with this one. Loya did an update in the Discord earlier saying you had like 12 people play the game for quite a long period of time and got some very helpful feedback on it. So I think it goes to show you do not need loads of people to get helpful, actionable feedback on things. But you do need more than one, because if it's just one person, unless you really trust that person as that, like having representative kind of taste of your user base or whatever, then. But yeah, 12 people, that's great. Because if 2 people in the 12 have a problem with something, maybe it's a problem. If 4 people, yeah, almost certainly that's like a third of them, you know. So World of Things. So anyone who didn't see this, oh no, I've still got my last world, Dude's Rockland. So anyone who didn't see this one before, we've got a survival crafting game with the sort of quite colourful, chilled anime kind of art style and theme. And then we also have base building with moving mobile bases. And you know what my new test for a character creator is can I make Nigel Thornberry? So let's check this out. Nigel Thornberry, your skin, so pale. Your hair, orange. I mean, that's close enough. That's Nigel Thornberry right there. Oh, there we go. Details.
Well, smashing. We're going to space.
Nigel. So handsome. You got very coloured, like bright coloured light during the character creator. Watch that one. They did that on Dragon Age Inquisition. They gave you like a bright green light while you were making your character and you couldn't see what colour they properly were.
Smashing. Time to build a big base.
I wonder if Tim Curry has ever done a voice in a Miyazaki film. I feel like he should have. That would be great. Imagine Tim Curry doing a version of Porco Rosso.
It's better to be a pig than a fascist.
This portal must be where you came from. You can't remember how you got there. You see a statue in front of you. It emits a strange light.
Yes. Smashing. I'm a warrior.
My camera always drops frames on... Is this an Unreal game? The camera always drops frames on Unreal games. If you've managed to make my camera drop using Godot or Unity, then that's very impressive, because no one's achieved that yet. Yeah. It's a common thing with games made... Was in the Cat Returns. Was he really? Who was he in the Cat Returns? I watched that like last year. I don't remember it very. No, yeah, I watched that a while ago. I'm thinking of the Boy and the Heron. Small rocks. I'm supposed to collect wood by attacking trees. Okay. He was the Cat King. Amazing. What a legend. This really reminds me quite a bit of playing the... I said this last time, and it might just be, you know, guy who's only played one thing in a category, because I haven't really played Valheim or anything like that. But there is something about the colour, the colourfulness and the camera angle and the way things feel to interact with that really reminds me of the Fortnite Lego game. Which is surprisingly good and isn't just a Lego skin of Fortnite. It's like a totally different mode. It's like it's a survival crafting mode with persistent servers. Look at that bat. Just murdering some guys. It's quite a lot of guys hanging around, so, you know, just murder them. I need to press tab and go to essentials to build a core. Okay. Just get away from there for a bit. A core. Ooh. Ooh. How lovely.
Smashing.
Use your core to make... Okay, so the change since... The big change since last time is we have now got... we've now got a... this is the crafting table now. Whereas before they were like separate things. Which I think makes a lot of sense. You can borrow or raise the house, so I can command... Whoa! Excuse me? Uh-oh. I think my castle has got stuck in a rock. I'll just tell it to follow me. I think I'm getting murdered with rocks. Come out of the ground and follow me. There we go. Follow me. Go away from the giant. No. That's great. I love the speed and scale of the rocks is really, really good for giving you a... Uh-oh. How do I eat my apples? Big boy. Ooh. It's following me. Oh yeah, I'm always reckless. We're speeding through so many games. I mean, I do think this game is a good one for us to do as like a server playtest with several people in. So, if anyone wants to download the game, I don't know how the playtest works, but we can always organize a bigger playtest another time. But I think this one would be good to see what it's like with like 6 people playing at some point. I think we do need some... Press J to repair your core. Your core has repaired itself. Okay. Huh. We do need some feet noises, I think, seeing as the piloting of the base is such a big part of the fantasy here, right? Warning, giants can see you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, make the giants can see you warning icon should probably just be like a big scary eyeball. People will pay attention to that. Big scary eyeball. Maybe there is noise. I don't know. Let's... I'll turn it up on my end.
Smashing. Give me your branches.
Gotta make a stone axe. It says to use the core to make a stone axe, but I can't see an option to do that. Ah, the craft. Ah, okay. Got it. Got it. I need some stone. Yeah, I mean the controls and stuff is just going to be lots of iterations till it makes sense, really.
You see a white light on the horizon.
In the horizon.
You see Nigel Thornbury on the horizon.
We maybe need an easy way to see the orientation of the thing when we're in it. I don't know.
Look at my beautiful base. It's so lovely. Oh, it's a good day to be a Thornbury.
Who lives here? I managed to get through the wall by interacting with the chair on the other side. That's nice. Now it's telling me the details. I'm stuck in this house now.
Smashing.
I broke it, but it's still here. I'm stuck. What is the deal with this house? I'm trapped.
Not so smashing.
You made it invincible, didn't you? You wanted this house to just be some invincible decoration, so you made it invincible. And then and then I managed to get inside it. Now we're stuck.
World of Things. Loading. World of Things. Welcome back to World of Things. Do you ever think about all the things in the world?
There's a weird bug with spawns. Uh-oh. Well, what I've learned today is don't go in a house. Don't go in a house. There we go. There's some blue creatures over. You're entering a high-level biome. There's some nice sort of IK type stuff happening with the. There's some. Is there some procedural animation around the legs? Yes, there is. Look at that. We got one shorter leg as we walk along. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's someone following me. Yeah, I do think we should just be able to stomp some stuff. Have it based on, like, relative level. So like really simple mobs. If you've got a little base like this, you have to upgrade it a little bit. So like the base has like almost like a weight, and then it's better at squishing stuff if it's more leveled up. Ah. Hello. Enter cave. Uh-oh. There's some meat in there. Suspended cloth. Oh yeah, that was one of the starting builds before, wasn't it? Because I remember building some of those. Sometimes you go into a cave and you learn how to make a little tapestry. You learn how to do some tailoring. Ah, it's a cave tree. Beautiful. A beautiful cave tree. Mate. I like that dealing with your enemies still has, even though it's very sort of very MMO type combat of mostly just slapping stuff, but it does have some small little kind of dexterity trick you have to do with certain enemies, like watching for when that boar is doing its dash and stuff like that. It's nice. Some leaves. Some blank paper. I can write about my feelings on that. Huzzah. Snail shell. Some sand. And a Titan's fragment. Use it to upgrade your core. You'll get to upgrade a thing. It's because I came into this scary dungeon and fought all of these terrifying creatures. Yeah, I can see how the I can see how the kind of loop of this works now, right? So we stomp around, we find a dungeon, we go in there. That allows us to upgrade the center of the base, which does some combat abilities, and then we need to do the stuff on the above ground to whoa! We need to do the stuff on the above ground to be able to build the regular parts of the base. Still letting me do a lot of stuff when I'm dead. Lots and lots and lots of UI overlays going on there. I hope I don't give anyone ulcers. Someone in the Discord the other week said that they had a dream that I was in, being grumpy at them, which is like, that's definitely a first. I mean I don't know if it is. No one's ever told me if they had a dream, but also that sort of implies I'm becoming someone's Jungian archetype for something if I'm showing up in their dreams, you know. Which is flattering and cursed at the same time. I was watching, at the weekend, I watched Dream Scenario, which is this very sort of surreal, magical realism film with Nick Cage in, where he's a university professor and he starts showing up in people's dreams. And then all of his students get really scared of him and start calling him Freddy Krueger. Excuse me, how about you stop doing that? Why does my Nigel jump when the thing jumps? It's like he's what's it called in Pacific Rim when they sort of mind merge with each other? I've mind merged with my Calcifer and I have to jump to make it jump. Smashing! Whoa! Smashing! Yeah, getting to the point where we can actually fight these guys feels like it's going to be a lot of work. Which is not a bad thing. But I wonder if there is a way that you can give players the chance to do that without giving them too much stuff, you know? Like giving them really damaged cannons that they can use straight away but that just get destroyed quite quickly. I just feel like it's going to be ages till I get to the point where I can actually fight back against those guys. You need to look at wooden cannons. Yeah, okay. Smashing, 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 smashing. Right. Oh. Wooden cannon. Needs snail shells, leather strips, and wood. Snails. Snails. Snail. It's time to get smashing. I will get leather for boars, I guess. I would think. Maybe bats drop leather as well. We got leathery wings. Hey, Caesar. We're just trying to build a cannon on our little house moving castle base. Piggy. Oh, I do have leather. Okay, I have to make leather into leather strips. I see. How can I make some leather strips? I don't think I can. That's what I want. I need light leather and light leather. I've only got one light leather. Curses. But I do have a worm. That's all you really need in this world. The love of a good worm. Boah. I think I would still like the base camera to be a little bit further back. Just because we're losing a lot of field of view. And that means you kind of swing it a lot as you're fighting. Can you imagine if you were a weak slime and you knew that's what you were? You knew that that label was on you. Yum 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 yum. I've still got no leather. Listen, piggy. Give me your pig leather. There we go. We've got enough leather to do a thing, I think. Being picky. It's being picky now. That was worth the wait. Go out. I feel like my my harvesting power has just increased exponentially. Just letting it do some autopiloting. We can just tell it to walk somewhere. So this game is going to take a long time to sort of smooth out a lot of the UX things and the interface and the, you know, key mappings and stuff. But I find that it is such a rich set of things to do that people are gonna look past that a lot of the time. That doesn't mean you don't need to try and improve it and make it better, but it does mean that people will be charitable because they want to get to the core of what this experience is. And that's kind of how I felt about it the first time I played it, and it's feeling a bit better now as well because we've got a quicker route to just get on with the base part. Quicker onboarding now. There's still going to be improvements you're going to be able to make to some of the ways that the animations work and all of the kind of interface and the button mapping, but it is really, really coming along. Very impressive game, I think. And yeah, once you get this first cannon, you just immediately kind of see, oh, this is gonna make a difference now. I can just go around and blast trees down. I can go in the forest and blast some piggies. Yeah, I will try and do some of these streams at later times when I can. It just depends on what's going on with my kids and stuff like that as well, so. What's going on? What's this? Did that just fall apart? Oh no, it's gone over there. So the press J to repair your core doesn't seem to do what it says, or it does, but it doesn't really match up with what it says it's going to do. My turret! My turret!
Smashing!
It's gone. Where did he go? Did it just get auto destroyed? Burrowing repairs your core. Okay, got it. Yeah, I think some of the stuff is like terminology as well, just making it clear. And like maybe burrow, if burrow has a, I don't know, like a spanner symbol on it so that you know it's also repair.
Boulder Daddy. I've been waiting with anticipation.
Whereas I think our core is completely broken now. Core not found. It's completely dead.
Your core has been destroyed. You foolish fool.
I think the other thing is that the other thing to think about with this game is players are going to want it to feel, where a certain type of player is going to want it to feel like a rational matching of resources and objects. And at the moment your core costs 4 wood, which is totally fine because you know, you don't want it to be hard to build the base of the base. But it is a metal stompy thing, and people will be weird about that. So I would make sure you think about that. Not necessarily out of realism, but out of like stuff like that makes it kind of harder to remember things. You know, if it doesn't really match the theming, if something's made out of metal and you use wood to build it, people will kind of struggle to remember the way that the resources go together. Let's see if we can, let's spend the last 25 minutes, make some music for Arcadia. What have we got? What we want some bad folk MIDI that we can make into Here we go. Caber Fidi. What does that sound like? Let's give it a go. It's a banger. That fits this game. You could totally play this game with this just like MIDI piper music. It works. What's here? A risque love lilt. Or a war march, farewell to the creeks. Let's try that. Okay, it's copyright. Look, they put a little C on the file so that we know that this MIDI is copyright. You got to be conscious of that to make some awful music. Import MIDI file. Where did I save? I saved it on the desktop because that's where things go. All tracks? I mean, that's already pretty good. So I've got this instrument called Peach, which is like sort of NES type sound font. Oh no, I just realized that this doesn't work unless I... Hang on. Does that sound come through? No, it doesn't. So I have to... There is a way to make this work. But I have to add a audio thing. Yeah, there's like a weird trick you have to do to get a streaming thing to listen to your sound card, which is to use something like... What's it called? You have to use a router. And then you have to make that a new audio source. It's playing twice. It's like playing twice because I can hear it and then I can hear it coming through I don't know how to make that not happen. It does go hard. It's a banger. Every time you need like folk music or something, just look up old MIDIs because a lot of them are standards. And yeah, I can't really hear properly because I can hear like the version that's playing from my end and the mirroring of it in Streamlabs like a half a second afterwards. It's so strange. I know what. I know how to fix that, I think. One sec. That's better. It's got like a weird swing to it that doesn't sound very folksy. That's straight up the music this game should have. That's exactly what this game should sound like. There's like a really nasty drone in there. There's like one note that I think is supposed to be like a bagpipe that's going like all the way through. Yeah, the MIDI drone note. It's like not. It's I don't even know which note is it. Is it this one? There's like one note that is just. Where is it? It's not at the start. It comes in here. It's down here. Like this one. It's one note for the whole song. I have done music for games before, but never really seriously. This is such a good plugin if you want to make fake bit, which is like 8-bit music that's not really 8-bit music. Hence the name fake bit. It's a portmanteau of fake and bit. That's alright. I've had a completely incoherent career doing a million different things, so... Let's put it through a guitar amp. Vaguely Celtic. That's what we were going for. Yeah, it's a MIDI of a folk song that I just downloaded. Still got that drone going. It's just a different note. It's just the drone has moved. The drone has migrated from an A to an E. The drone is doing its best. Uh-oh, it's a big boy. It's a big cube. Want the more spooky Brian Eno version. It's so interesting how you can have the same notes, process them differently, Completely different vibe. Naiad. She attacks the ground and flying. Is that a fountain upgrade? So another thing about this game is I think some of the upgrade pathways might not be super clear when you're buying them. Game over. It does feel, it sounds very pensive now. It's the first time I've upgraded anything. He attacks the ground. Get him. He's throwing his little gems at him. I would totally do a stream where we just soundtrack someone's game, but I don't know how we would pick it in a fair way. And maybe we'd like, I don't know, just have people sign up once a month or something. That would be fun. That'd be fun. This loop starts in a weird place. What is up with the timing of this traditional Scottish song that doesn't loop in the place that you would think it does? It's because it's in 6/8 or something. So you need to put it on like a... You need to put it on like a... Can't work out how that timing works. I think it might also be the effect that I'm using because it throws the timing off of the main instrument because it's got like a... No, it hasn't changed the timing. I don't know. I can't be bothered to work that out right now. Let's blow some more stuff up. The The sound when they get into your pool doesn't really feel like damage is happening. I can kind of tell that that's what's happening, but it's like we need some sort of nasty sound when they go in that pool that lets us know that it's like a negative thing. Let's try another Scottish MIDI. Horror my nut brown maiden. I mean, that's a great name. Everyone knows that banger, Horror my nut brown maiden. See what has the others. Interesting. Banger. It's giving a bit more like of a kind of sort of like 17th century harpsichord vibe than a traditional. Gargoyle. You've got quite a lot of variety in this already in terms of like the types of things you can add. Give me a sec. Let's make this. See if we can make this into a banger. That's the one. That's the one. Caught Jester's crip walking. Yeah. We're going to do it all in 6, and then we're going to switch to something with a 4 so we get a polyrhythm. Just a rhythm. That's how you get like polyrhythms in trap beats. You have some bits of the beat divided into 3s and 6s and some bits divided into 4s, and it makes it really strange. It's like there's still the same thing repeating over and over again every 4 bars, but there's so much variety in it that it makes your brain go, oh, what's happening here? And put it through a tape emulator so it feels a bit more janky and retro. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be an FL Studio stream. I just wanted this game to have some music, so I was like, I know what the music for this game should sound like. We've been through all the games for this stream. The problem is, if you give me a tower defense game, I will literally just sit there and play it for 4 hours. Because that's the magic of tower defense. I think tactical games are just easy to pull off if you do them well, because the thing that the player is doing is thinking about what to do, whereas like very game feel based action games, there's a lot of a smaller margin for error. Hang on, I do have a MIDI controller here. Let me just... see if the MIDI controller continues working when I'm not on the same screen. Oh, that's great. We can play the game and DJ the music tracks now. Can I link one of these to the tempo as well? Okay. This is the future. We can do Ableton Live with the. I've got like one of those little MIDI mixing desks. And just... Santa is on his way. Yeah, so I think with this one, I want a clearer feedback that you're getting hurt when the characters hit this. Just like a more obvious pain sound and a screen shake and something, because the connection between this and the hearts isn't obvious straight off the bat. But yeah, I really like the theming of this as well. thank you to everyone who submitted their game this time. We will do another one of these in 2 weeks' time. Another one of these in 2 weeks, where I maybe won't make horrible MIDI sounds in the background of your games. I didn't get the only one I didn't get a chance to check out this time was Smugpire's game, because it just wouldn't move properly when I loaded it up, and I don't know what caused that. But we will see it again another time, I'm sure. So, thank you all for dropping in. Someone asked in the chat earlier, when is the next podcast? The next episode of Game Developers Library should be ready about the middle of next week. Sorry they're taking their time. That's one where I finished the book early. Finished it 2 weeks ago. Just haven't got around to recording with Tom yet. So me and Tom will get together, hopefully at the weekend, and get that episode on Kim Nordstrom's Up, Down, Up recorded. If you haven't read Up, Down, Up, I was pleasantly surprised. It is a very industry-focused book. It is a very, here is how to start a business type book. And despite not being super into that, it was quite interesting and easy to read. So that's good. Yeah. Catch you all soon. I'll be streaming tomorrow morning my time with Spore Bloom, which is a strategy game about mushrooms. We can't escape them, they're everywhere. There they are. We're sitting on some. Womp, 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 womp.